macam mana? Boleh tak?
Boleh.
Tak nama you betul-betul.
Can someone please first read the question, like introduce ourselves first and then read the question so we can be like clear on
Diam lah.
Cakap tak diam.
Aku dah boleh diam.
Start dulu, siapa nak cakap dulu? Kena introduce diri dulu.
Syura dulu. Kat sana. Tak payah bagi tahu ni ke? Tajuk kita apa?
Cakap dulu lah.
Introduce
nama.
dulu.
Lepas tu nanti someone akan macam selah je nanti cakap. Kau ada buku kan? Kau baca terus tulis tajuk.
Mana ada buku tajuk?
You will tulis ke admin ke siapa lah, whatever.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Ashura binti Abdul Wahab and my matrix number is 186802.
Hello, my name is Nazin Zulaika binti Kamarul Zaman. My metric number is 190359.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Nur Iqbal bin Muhammad Samsudin. My metric number is 191226.
Hi, my name is Putri Anisin Shira. My metric number is 186704.
Hi, my name is Siti Adlin Sofia. My metric number is 187657.
Okay, sorry.
Go on.
The question for today is, should we encourage people to use public transport? So first, what is public transport? Okay, so the ones we typically see would be the buses and the trains. And under the trains we'll see like the new one, MRT.
Yeah. And the LRT and the KTM.
The monorails.
Taxi for sure.
So, should we continue discussing about the topic? What do you guys think about public transport?
Well, firstly, if we look in Malaysia, public transport in Malaysia are very, the system is not quite there yet to be compared to other countries that are already
More advanced.
yes, more advanced in their public transportation. So if the question says that should we encourage? Well, it depends if like the new one, the MRT. So they say it should be better than the other like LRT, KTMs. So I think we should encourage our citizen or people, Malaysians, to try and use the MRT instead of using their own car and get stuck in traffic jams and eventually get them stressed and possibly late for work. So what are your thoughts?
I actually agree with you on that. I actually took the train when they first launched on the first day. I went and at that day we were given free, free rides from one end to another end. So the trains are really nice. They're really big. They're bigger than KTMs and LRT, and they're definitely faster. Like they come every 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay, that's
As compared to the KTM, which is like 30 or 40 minutes usually.
yeah.
What about you, Adeline? What do you think?
I think we should encourage people to use the public transport, but it's how we encourage them to use. We should encourage them to use by improving our public transport, because what we see now is not how it's not the most advanced that we can go. I think we should improve our public transport so that people would be encouraged to go use them.
I think, in my opinion, we should encourage people to use public transportation because we all know that our economy right now, the price of it is is expensive, and in order to waste and to save our money, we should use the public transportation. And also, by using the public transportation, just like taxi or trains, it can reduce the pollution. For example, we all knew that the air pollution is rising right now, and by using the carpooling, we share the same car, and it can reduce the amount of air pollution in our country, especially Malaysia. Our air pollution is not in a good condition, so by using the public transportation, we can reduce the air pollution.
I agree with you. What do you think, Iqbal?
My point is same goes to
Shura.
Shura, yes,
Sure.
about air pollution. As we know, our air pollution in Malaysia is like quite disaster, which is
Yes.
a lot of disease happens. So when people encouraged to take what we call that
Public transportation.
transportation, the amount of disease will be decreased. So people will get a better right?
Yeah, quality of life.
Quantity of
Yeah.
life,
People will be
yes.
healthier.
Yeah, the healthier, most healthier. And what we call that, the lesser chance of breaking laws, traffic laws.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. I also think that our public transportations are actually improving very rapidly, although it's not really there yet,
Yeah.
but it's really improving with the MRT, with the KTM. Do you guys know that there's a KTM from here to Perak and from here
Oh,
also
yes.
to Singapore?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard about
Yeah.
that.
So that's pretty awesome, I think. And public transportation also have a very has a cheaper price as compared to
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
taking cars.
Yes.
Yeah.
From Shah Alam to KL Central only cost me RM3, but the bus ride. So I think it's very cheap.
Yeah, and hearing you say that, you know, from here to Perak, you know, there's KTM going there. You know, it's actually a good thing because my brother used to go to school in Perlis and we have to drive there and it was stressing. So we decided to take the KTM there. So instead of spending hours on the road, being stressed, being tired in the car, not being able to being able to stand up or anything, you know, in the KTM we get to stand, we get to walk. You
And
know,
there's public toilet too.
yes, and surprisingly they are very comfortable and the toilets are clean, so
I-
it's actually very good. So you know, instead of being stressed on the road, you know, we should be taking the public transport more, especially when going to places that are very far from
Yeah.
our current place. And sorry. So, you know, we should really encourage people to take that because instead of just being in the car or you get to finally see something different, you know, see the greens, enjoy instead of just focusing on the road.
Okay, same. I agree with you, and I think also public transportation is not for adults only.
Yeah.
It should be encouraged for our childrens and young people also because we have to teach them how to take the public transportation. As I can give an example in Korea, their parents teach their children how to take the trains. Yeah, it's very good lesson because by that children will know how to use the public transportation in order how to get to their destinations.
Yeah.
I see your point, but I think that it might not work here because I think our crime rates aren't low enough to actually allow children to be by themselves to use public transportations. So I think we should encourage people, we should encourage the adults to use them more. Because I know the working people, our public transportation are actually good enough to rely on them without having a car. And when people nowadays, lots of them buy cars, and it's actually burdening them with the loan and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, if you want to encourage the young ones to take the public transport, the adults could be with,
With
them.
them.
So like when in the weekends, during the weekends, the parents could take the kids. Like you know, we would obviously want to be outside during the weekends because that's the only time the whole family could be together. So, you know, parents could take their kids out, the family out, using the public transportation. So with that, the parents could teach the kids, their children, how to use the public transport, which lane to use to get to certain places, which bus to take, you know.
I agree with you, Win. I think although the crime rates in Malaysia is high, but I think that's not the reason why our children should be coddled with their parents all the time. I think you're right in that term, because I think parents should be the one encouraging them to go out. And there are many safety precautions that could be taken. For example, like keeping pepper spray,
Yeah.
and like
For
be-
their safety.
Yeah, for their safety, like be in the brighter area, that don't walk alone and stuff like that. Yeah. Iqbal, what do you think? Kalau macam tu video dia pause eh?
No.
Okay.
Still right. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Like parents taking their children riding public transportation. Yeah, that could be another way to increase their bonding in family. So we can go to any other of our areas. Yeah. So why not with this kind of what we call it? Kelebihan.
Benefit.
Benefit. That's good. We got benefits. It will allow other families to join this kind of activities.
I also think that these kinds of activities, parents encouraging their kids to take the trains, is actually, it happens all the time, but
Yeah.
we don't see it in front of our faces, so we don't really know. So let's wrap up the discussion. We might have to begin.
We should just cut this part and Okay, think of the point. And then we resume.
Penat
We should talk for about 5
Tadi
more
you
minutes.
cakap dah tutup dah,
Tak
conclusion
sebabnya
dah.
dah cukup.
Pandai dah surah ni.
12.
Berapa minit lagi ni?
Talk about
Dia minimum 13.
minimum 3
Okay.
yes. But we
Tapi
dah
ni
stop
kita dah,
lama.
sebab tadi
We
awal
should
tadi
talk
kita
about
banyak bising
like
dulu. Ini
4
rasanya
to
tak
5
cakap
more
Yang
lagi.
awal tadi dia berapa minit?
Awal tadi about 1
1
minute.
minit.
Betul kan cakap lah, sambunglah poin korang daripada tadi I cakap apa?
Dia. Advantages.
Advantages.
Oh, lepas tu Syarah sokong kan?
Lepas tu siapa lagi nak tambah lepas ni? Penat aku cakap tak ada point lah weh. Ingatkan boleh cakap suka hati je.
Kan?
Ini nak spontan.
Tak boleh, kena fikir. Phone aku dah lah kat sana, aku tak boleh nak Google.
Sekejap. Kita tadi why? When should we encourage people?
Ni boleh tak buat macam mana cara kita nak menggalakkan, macam bas tu dia bagi free gift ke apa ke, nak menggalakkan orang.
Boleh sebab banyak orang yang free gift. Bukan free gift macam
Bukan macam apa pun.
rebate price lah. Harga kurang, harga
Dengan
kurang.
menggunakan public tu, dia dapat benda tu.
I get the point.
Kalau korang lah pula cakap, I dah penat dia cakap.
I sambung
Dia terus jadi macam awkward.
Okay, I would like to say something else. I found a statistic that says that in a Malaysian household, 51% of loan in one household is because of their car. And I think using public transportation will reduce this percentage. Because if you use public transportation, you won't need so many cars in a house. Because nowadays, in Malaysia, one household don't only have one car. They usually have two, sometimes three.
Yeah, like my aunt and uncle, like they have 4 person in their house, and they have 5 cars. That's an asset that is losing the price.
And with our high number of cars in this country, we usually have trouble getting parking spots once we get somewhere. So I think using public transportation can fix that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Adini. Because when we want to go to the shopping mall or supermarket, it's very difficult to find a parking lot. And maybe if 40 or 30% people take the public transportation, it will make us easy to find the parking lot.
That with, and also now we have apps for carpooling, right? So instead of just going, sometimes you just want to go to the shopping mall, but you're alone. So I think if you use the carpooling app, instead of just going alone, bring one huge car load, wasting a lot of your fuel, might as well just use the app, take a
Uber.
take an Uber or carpool.
Grab.
Yeah. So instead of wasting a parking spot just for your car alone, you can just hop on someone's car who's going to the same destination as you are. So I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, using public transportation like those, like taxis and Ubers, might be easier than using buses. But I think using buses would be much cheaper than that.
True.
Yeah. But
So
buses,
financially, using buses would be better. So we should encourage them to use bus.
Definitely.
Buses and trains are the most
effective ones.
the most effective and the most
Cheap.
the cheapest one.
So we should encourage people to use buses and trains. Some of the ways would be, what do you think, Shura?
What are the incentives that we can provide in order to encourage people to use it?
Oh, okay. I think maybe the bus driver or a person in charge in the bus services can provide something like rebates or a free gift like that.
No,
Oh, sorry.
that's not a bad idea actually. Really.
Okay, to encourage people, and because when people love things like that, right? They
Yeah.
love to
We
free
love
gift.
free
Yeah,
gift,
free stuff.
we love free gift, free stuff, and maybe it will attract them to use the public transportation.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, it sounds nice. I've also read up somewhere that in KL, we actually have a shortage for bus drivers. And that's why we don't have enough bus and they're always late.
Yeah.
I think encouraging people to take the public transportations are good, but we should also encourage them to work
Yeah.
in that sector.
Actually, their pays for being, because of shortage, maybe people might think that the pay for bus drivers are not that high, but actually it's quite high and it's pretty decent, really. So we should, use that to encourage people. More bus drivers, more buses, more effective public transportation system. So,
Buses will not be late again. It'll be
Yes.
short.
So I think,
So,
Right.
what do you think, Iqbal?
But I think, yeah, the driver.
The driver?
The driver should be nice to the people, right?
Yeah, right.
The nicer the driver, the increases of the amount of people taking the public transportation.
This may sound like it doesn't really affect much, but it really does. I don't like mean people, and if the bus driver is mean, I will like go out and wait for another bus or something.
Yes, I feel the same
I
way.
could take another bus.
Yeah, me too. So is it already the time to wrap up this discussion?
Yes, I think so.
So Rin, you want to wrap up?
okay, so I think in conclusion, we should really encourage people to use our public transportation. Not only it's good for our environment and for our financial. So, there are also many ways to encourage people, such as free gifts, rebates and stuff. Staff initiatives.
And friendly drivers.
Yes. So, I think that is all from us.
Okay.
And thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Go.
Aduh, aku penat lah. Tak ada cakap weh. Tak tahu kenapa nak cakap.